I still can't believe it.
It doesn't make sense. Anakin? Evil? How could we have missed this?
I don't know how to feel about this. I know it's good we exposed him, but without him here, it feels weird. Sad, even.
It's like losing a big brother.
And the way he switched the second he got exposed as Vader, that hit different. In a bad way.
He was an idol to me. I aspired to be like him. And now, I feel so confused and angry. He made a fool out of me. I trusted him with all my secrets.
We all did, Poe.
Yeah, I know. Still, it feels personal.
This wound is deep, and the sorrow is true. But we cannot linger in grief. The road does not pause for broken hearts. We must rise and walk it.
Easy for you to say. You suspected him from day one. Some of us actually liked the guy.
Oh, that reminds me. Here's your t-shirt, Poe. Extra, extra large, as requested.
Thanks. I'd be way more upset about this if the fabric wasn't so ridiculously comfy.
Well, Aragorn, I suppose an apology is in order. We should have trusted your instincts from the start.
Yeah, sorry, man. But honestly, he never seemed evil at all to me. There were no signs.
Oh, really? No signs? Need I remind you of the time he casually mentioned he wiped out the entire Jedi Order? Or when he openly confessed of blowing up Star System?
In my defense, every time he started talking, I just got lost in his eyes.
And the way he always talked himself out of trouble, it was simply genius.
Oh, please. Every single time, he just used the same lazy excuse about how we misunderstood him.
Man, these villains just keep getting better and better at hiding their evil side, don't they?
I shall not waste my breath arguing further.
I honestly kind of miss when villains were more upfront about their intentions. You know, the ones who show up at your door and go like, I'm here to destroy your life, not the, I am going to become your friend just to betray you in the last possible moment type.
Something like this can't happen again. We need to do proper due diligence next time.
What's done is done. And though darkness revealed itself, we did gain something of worth. Faith brought Luke among this council, which I am glad for.
Yeah, about that. I'm not really sure how to feel about this whole situation, especially under these circumstances. It just doesn't feel right to just assume his spot.
Look, I don't mean any offense, but part of me still hesitates. You are his son after all. How do we know you're not as evil as he is?
Yeah, how do we know you're not secretly in league with him or something? How can we be sure you're not a bad guy?
Well, do I look like a bad guy to you?
Good point. Want to hang out sometime?
So much for proper due diligence.
Let not suspicion cloud your judgment, my friends. I've a good feeling about him. There is a great light that is residing in him.
If there's one thing I can say with absolute certainty, it's that I'm not like him. I didn't grow up at his side. It was actually my aunt and uncle who raised me. Besides, I only found out he was my father a few months ago. And believe me, it hit like a land speeder at full throttle.
Lucky you. I've known my dad was evil since I was a baby. My bedtime stories were just his villain monologues.
But you know what? The fact that you weren't raised by him, that actually calms me down a little.
Yeah, it actually makes me way less nervous.
I understand your concerns, though. Who knows how I would have ended up if I was raised by him? Probably in a black cape and throwing people out of the windows.
Perhaps. But I see no darkness in you. Whoever guided you on your journey, they did well.
Not gonna lie, I had great help, especially from 2 Jedi Masters I met along the way. Absolute legends. Also, 2 of the strangest people I've ever met.
Well, that's usually how mentors are, aren't they?
Yeah, no kidding. For example, Master Yoda. He's a 3-foot-tall, small green gnome who lives in the swamp and has a speech disorder. Like, if it wasn't enough that he was talking in riddles, he also had to sound like a dictionary thrown into a blender.
That actually sounds kind of funny. I would like to meet this guy.
But my journey actually started with Obi-Wan. He trained me for a bit before, getting sliced in half, vanishing, and turning into a ghost.
Yeah, classic stuff.
But it's not like he's extra helpful either. One time, I was literally freezing to death, and he appears like, hey dude, find Yoda. Good luck. And then he vanished.
That sounds like something Dumbledore would totally do.
Dude, that is freaky. I also have a 3-foot-tall mentor, and the one before him, he also vanished into the air. Way less slicing involved, though, but way more turning himself into a bunch of leaves.
Your mentor turned into leaves?
Yeah, Master Oogway. He's the one who picked me as the Dragon Warrior. He dropped me some life-changing advice, and then casually composted himself into the sky.
Well, that's one way to make a dramatic exit.
But now I've got Master Shifu. Such a cool dude. You should have seen our rocky beginning, though. He hated me. I mean, not like mildly annoyed because I forgot to put the toilet seat down kind of hate. On my first day, he casually threw me into, this field of fiery death and 7 swinging clubs of instant oblivion just to make me quit.
Field of fiery death?
Oh, don't worry. That's just our training equipment. It isn't as dangerous as it sounds, though I'm pretty sure it's illegal in at least 3 provinces. But Shifu and me, we're all good now. Or at least, I think we are.
Still, sounds pretty irresponsible from him.
You think this is irresponsible? Then you haven't heard about Dumbledore.
I suppose that is your mentor.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's wise and all, but half the time he just doesn't make sense. He's got these plans, and he doesn't bother telling anyone what they are, and expects everyone else to just follow them without question. Remember when I told you about the Triwizard Tournament?
Oh, was that the thing where you had to fight a dragon, mermaids, and your Dark Lord returned?
Yeah, and the funny part is, the hardest thing that year wasn't dragons or mazes, it was passing potions with a halfway decent grade, but that's beside the point. The thing is, you had to be 17 to enter the Triwizard Tournament, and somehow my name still ended up on the list. And for some reason, Dumbledore just let me compete, even though I was very clear about not wanting to. I still don't know why. Sure, there was some binding magic, and apparently I could have died or something like that if I didn't compete. But did he take the time to explain any of that properly? Of course not. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he just showed up one day and asked me to go treasure hunting in a cave with him or something.
I still can't believe anyone looked at this guy and thought, yeah, let's put him in charge of children.
Well, wait till you hear about my mentor. His name is Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin. Total powerhouse, but also a complete perv, full on. He calls it research for his novels, but he spends more time peeking into hot springs than actually writing. I love the guy, but seriously, half of our training sessions ends with me apologizing to innkeepers.
Wow, I'm starting to realize that my mentor is surprisingly normal.
Yeah, same here. Bit eccentric? Sure. But compared to what I'm hearing, pretty grounded.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me your mentor isn't at least a little weird. From what I've heard so far, that's basically a requirement.
I don't know what to tell you. Master Wu's biggest flaw is being a little too obsessed with tea. That's it. He never hid important stuff from me, unless it was part of some lesson he wanted to teach me. And he's definitely not a creep.
Sounds like you definitely won the mentor lottery.
The strangest thing about Monk Gyatso was that he used to cheat at Pai Show, and not even in a mean way. Just sneaky little tile moves when he thought I wasn't watching. That, and the occasional pie to the face. Training with him mostly involved laughing and getting hit with dessert.
Pie in the face? Man, that must have been awesome.
Yeah, I really miss that.
Let us not lose sight of something important, my friends. However strange or maddening our mentors may be, their words still echo in the choices we make. Their lessons have shaped our paths. We may laugh at their oddities now, but when the moment comes, when the world tests us, it is their wisdom we still reach for, and that means something.
Aragorn is right. They may be strange, but their lessons stayed with us. Perhaps more than we actually realize.
Definitely. When I'm about to do something stupid or reckless, I always hear Shifu's voice in my head telling me not to do it. Though most of the time, he's standing 5 feet away from me. But still.
Anyway, what about your mentor, Aragorn?
My mentor? Yes, that would be Gandalf the Grey. A great guide, sharp mind, and braver than most. But even he has his eccentricities. He often vanishes for months, sometimes years, only to reappear at the height of some crisis. He is a great ally, but a steadier presence would have been welcome. And don't get me started on his long bottom leaf consumption. Even I enjoy a pipe now and then. But Gandalf? He could fill the whole sky with clouds with the amount of smoke he puffs out.
Whoa, that actually sounds awesome. Just imagine filling a whole battlefield with smoke. Everyone's blind, and you're the only one who knows what's going on. Those bad guys wouldn't see my fist coming.
You know, I never really looked at it that way. But yeah, if anyone could pull off something like that, it's Gandalf.
You know, the more we talk, the more I wonder, do you think we one day end up as our mentors?
Force, I hope not. I'd like my grandchildren to actually understand what I'm saying one day. But I guess with this, we will end today's episode, our dear viewers. Please give it a like and subscribe to this channel, where you can find new videos like these every single week. If you'd like to directly support my channel, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Special thanks belong to Council Overlord supporters, Sonata, Zach Pugh, Lord Pateris, Antonio Ranza, Toshineko, Lord Vesnan, Vengeful Destroyer, Final Boss Josh, Samuel Chernus, Madi Ninja Gamer, McCord Bateman, Matthew Green, and Matthew McGonigal. See you soon, and as always, for the Republic.